Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to IRC for the main event of the week. You're here with us live at Paul Ricard for round 10 of season 5 of IRC of our F1 League. And yeah, for the main event tonight, we have our Tier 2 race. Along with me, Kapile 6 is your very own Addy the Daddy. Say hi.
Hi.
Alright.
Uh,
So let's just dive right into it. Our boys are reading up in the background. So before we get to that, let's go on to the hot lap.
Welcome to the round 10 hot lap presentation as we go around the Paul Ricard circuit with our very own General Pepe. Approaching turn 1, really fast left hander as we take it in 5th gear. You can see jumping over the apex. Same way, turn 2, 5th gear. Important not to throttle too hard on the apex because you'll lose it over there. Through 3 and 4. 3 and 4 is like almost flat out one deep dive as you start braking through 4. Down to 3rd gear as you line your car up through the slow right hander of turn 5, which then takes you through 6 and gets you a fantastic exit through 7. Now, very important that you have a good exit out of 5, 6 and 7 because that will line up how much speed you take into this first DRS zone of the track, which lines you up to the right hand side of 8 and 9. Late braking zone, heavy braking zone. Important that you stay as much to the right as you can so that you can jump over the apexes of 8 and 9. As you can see, 9 again then pushes you out onto the sector 3. Now we have to stay to the left hand side of the track because we are approaching the fastest right hand corner of the track, the Cygnus corner, turn 10. Full throttle right hander 8th gear as you approach the double apex of turn 11. First apex done really well over here. Down to 3rd, then quickly shifting up through 4 and 5 as you take the second apex. Through 13 and 14, 12, 13 and 14. Now this is a fun section because if you go wide you can lose 2 tenths, 3 tenths, which then compromises all the time you may have gained through the rest of the track. 14, the next DRS section. 15, really slow corner which then shoots you onto the start finish straight again. Important that you get your overtake lined up over here and not before 14 because you will lose the DRS advantage, as Pepe shows us exactly how you set a good hot lap around the Paul Ricard circuit.
Oh, what a blistering lap by none other than General Pepe himself. He set a 1 minute 27.6 if I'm not mistaken. Okay, along with us we have our reigning world driver champion and Emmanuel the baby here.
Hey guys, what's up?
So how do you think today is gonna pan out, Mara?
Well, hopefully if it's 50% as entertaining as yesterday's race, we are in for a treat, aren't we? Because I think we had DRS trains, 8-car DRS trains for a majority of the race.
Yeah, absolutely. It looked like an eSports race from yesterday. So poised, yet yeah, a lot of action, a lot of overtakes. Expecting nothing less from Tier 2 tonight.
Hope
Uh,
for it.
yeah, let's dive right into the action. Let's go.
So quali's already 5 minutes in, and I don't think anyone set representative laps yet, but we are on board with a Red Bull of IRC rant. Um,
Just a
Sorry,
second.
we seem to be having some technical difficulties.
Yep.
But as you can see, Charles does lead the standings as of now. 50 points or 46 points ahead of Avi, but we all know how these tier 2 races can go. The balance of power shifts in the phase of a few mere laps. Uh, oh, and then we have it. It's Rand spinning. That is turn 10 and turn 11 is one of the trickiest sections on the track. I think it's also it's the heaviest on your tires. It's so many different lines around here, and you do see a lot of load shifting from the front to the back tires. So interesting to see how many drivers actually struggle with that corner couple. Did you personally struggle with it yesterday?
I had a terrible setup, so I was stretching all over the place. But yeah, especially turn 3 with the trail braking is really a bit of an issue with the stability of the car. Yeah, the weight transfer is something to definitely notice, to look out for, especially in sector 3.
Yeah, actually, I owe not so Masoom a huge amount for yesterday's race win because half an hour before the race we were in a practice session and I was not too happy with my set. I was feeling very understudied. I didn't have a very good experience towards the end either, but there were certain minor corrections that he helped me make, and I think especially with it's very sensitive to front and rear suspension around this track. much more than road bars, I would say.
Sure. Okay, so just confirm for me that the telemetry is up and running.
I do not have visibility of the we now I do. Yes, we are alive. But that being said, Captain Cheesecake already has 11% wear on the front left tire, which we know it's the heaviest loaded tire throughout the lap, but 11% plus a cooldown lap plus a formation lap,
Oh,
and he fits.
that
And
was
he
on
fits.
Zen Lab, but still not looking too good for his tires come the race. It is quite heavy on the tires for sure.
Yeah, we saw a lot of drivers with different strategies, like from some of them from the softs to the mediums to the mediums, some from the softs to the hards, some from the mediums to the hards, like I did. Some sorry, from the hards to the mediums as well, and start below the top 10. What do you think the winning strategy actually is? Because I know the safety car threw a span into the works yesterday, but if you think about how you think about a pure pace and the race, how it was going, which strategy you think was the most powerful?
Considering that tire is quite heavy and that you can only run around maximum of 7 to 8 laps on the soft tire, I feel like the one-stop strategy from mediums to hard is definitely preferred. At least that's what the game tells us. But very surprisingly, yesterday we saw a lot of people going on the two-stop strategy, going from softs to mediums. Um,
Yep.
yeah, it's all to play for. I mean, both of us. Oh, we've got
What is that?
collision on track between a Burpan and I believe that was Storm. Or was it?
That felt like a destruction derby. If I'm being completely honest, like cars going in all. Have you seen Herbie fully loaded? That where they were all driving in their own sweet. Sorry, never mind. Going all over the place, but that was quite fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
So,
but I think I'll give you some interesting statistic or interesting data point from one of my practice sessions. So I tend to practice with the Racing Point boys quite a bit, which is Tarnish and Black Sheep, and they are very well. I mean, they are good teammates for the simple reason they are very well matched in terms of pace, so they can actually measure different strategies against each other quite well. So Tarnish was trying a mediums to hards, while Black Sheep tried a softs to mediums, and with some 9 laps to go, the gap was about 6 seconds, and Black Sheep was closing him at about 1.2 seconds a lap. And it started at about over a second and a half a lap. So the softs to mediums may actually be way more viable than any of the other strats, given that people can get stuck in traffic here.
interesting. Yeah, this is a track where you can overtake. I'm not too sure about that. Like when there's a car in clear air and there's a single car behind you, yes, it's definitely possible considering the long straights that we have. I think it's very easy to get stuck in a DRS train like we did yesterday. So very interesting to see if people here go for that two stroke.
Yeah, it's all about how you conserve your ERS, because drivers will fight, will burn the ERS, and it's up to you to make sure that you use it strategically to get the jump or be opportunistic when you get the opportunity.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to brag, but I think I did that quite well yesterday. Considering that Masum was on the slower tire, I did. I just knew that okay, I didn't have the pace, but I needed to stay in the race. So I just
Yeah.
stuck behind him, preserved all my errors, and at the last possible opportunity, just went for it. And it kind of paid off, but not really. So
Yeah.
it's all right.
If you didn't do any better, your driver's license would have been expiring soon, as the that cost you the race. Just
Daddy, any
joking.
thoughts on qualifying so far?
Weapons used to be on the pace 29.7, but is very close to him and minute 29.8. The field looks really close at the moment. The top three mostly look really close at the moment, but 7 minutes left and we have a lot of qualifying to do. So let's see who gets on pole.
Having said that, we just got it on stream. There was a slight nudge between Vinay and Faizan. That is going to be a bit of an issue for Vinay because he's just been slapped on with a 5 place grid penalty. Eesh, that's not good for him. So yeah, looking at the challenges in the grid today, we've we've lost Vortex. He's out on leave, and we who else have we lost? That's a good cut by Faizan. Okay, so looking at the challenges, they're replacing our grid. We've got Chris By with his new wheel, who's taking on his last season's role of being in the Renault. So he's currently in P2 on his second run. Yeah, he's looking really, really pacey out there. Rant is back.
I'm actually disappointed that Chris By is now on a wheel. I think he had one of the most unique driving styles in the world, with the mouse and a gamepad together. But it's okay. Everyone has escalation eventually.
True. I mean, he was the diversity factor in our community, and it's a shame to lose the minority.
For everyone who doesn't know what we're talking about, you should definitely watch a video which he posted. He actually used a mouse in one hand and a pad in the other. So a mouse for steering and a pad for acceleration. I don't know how he did it. You'd have to talk to him directly, but definitely worth a watch.
It's some magic. It's really something to do.
So, Addy, it's interesting to see that some of our championship contenders haven't put in a lap yet. Do you think that they are trying a last to first challenge, or what do you think they're doing?
I think they're waiting for the track to ramp up and the track to get rubbered in, because the final moments of the lap are the most crucial. Because the track is at its best, the tires will hold on. There will be immense grip. I think they're waiting for that, but it's a gamble, because if you go out at the end of the session and you don't get a good lap in, you essentially have very bad positions to start the race.
Basically, what happened to me yesterday. But yeah, couldn't agree with
Sure.
you. No, actually, so what happened yesterday was, so this track has become very, from the criticism Codemasters received earlier that this track was too lenient on the track limits. They've done the opposite this time, so I actually was going a bit wide to let a couple of drivers pass on the straight, and I got a this and next lap invalidation. That happened twice on two different parts of the circuit. So, I mean, can't really do much, but happy with the race win anyway.
It's so weird, especially on this track, that you get a this and next lap invalidation when you're in the first sector.
Well, I sort of agree with it, and I think that this teaches drivers a valuable lesson that in order to stay on the track while letting drivers pass, they do it in real life, so we shouldn't have some trouble doing it now, because drivers have exploited this track to get around the lap quicker, to get more laps in, and that's happened quite a few times over the last few generations of the game.
Interesting.
Like we just saw Charles Leclerc do right now.
Fine.
I was just joking.
Yeah, he does go on pole with 129.0. Does that mean
Do you
that he's
think
going to
we'll
start?
see? Do you think we'll see drivers go into the 127s today, or is that a step too far?
I'm expecting not more than a 28.6, but I hope these people prove me wrong. Because looks like many people are going on the sensible side and going to be starting on the mediums, like BK and yeah, even Red Devil right now on his second stint or third stint. Yeah, let's see.
Red Devil and Rebel are another good pairing to watch out for. And can you go to fitted tire, please, just to see what people are currently on? Yeah, Red Devil seems to be going on the yellow tires, and Rebel seems to be going on the red tires. So
Good strategy on the racing point. But
Smarter
maybe
to
Rebel
do.
just wants to start outside top 10.
ooh, that's a good lap. That's a good lap by Red Devil, 30.8. Several of the soft runners, and
That's one way of getting, just to let the viewers know, when you go on the abrasive part, that is the blue and red runoff, I'm oblivious to Red Devil right now, you pick up a lot of wear. And he's going to be figuring that out very soon.
yeah. It's in fact, if you do that on your formation lap, you can actually get a lot of heat into your tires. It's a cheat. I obviously did not exploit that, but in some other leagues which are probably less important to me and less competitive, and I do for fun, I certainly would try that out. Maybe.
You heard it here first. pro tips from your very own leader.
You always say hack, so that's one of them. Okay, let's see. So now let's just jump on board Aparpan. I think he's on an outlap.
Thermo
Oh,
was having a very good lap. Purple second sector, but his lap was invalidated. A shame, but
hmm, definitely.
Keyboard warrior Abapan got to start his last flying lap. See what he can do.
1 minute left in the session, and now we see a lot of drivers still in the pits. So are they not? Are they done with their runs?
Sure, but it will be a very spicy situation if Rebel doesn't get out of the way.
That's a
No.
block. That's a block. Aparpan will be fuming in that Mercedes.
Damn.
He's going to be screaming to Bonner to get on that report as soon as possible.
mm,
So people are getting out on their outlap very late. I'm pretty sure they're going to be using the track exploits of extending the track to get in, but little do they know that they're going to probably be invalidating the next lap too. So I'm expecting a lot of angry faces at the end of quali right now.
Yeah, but also don't forget, like this game has an issue where you can still go on a lap up to about a minute and a half after the session has ended. The only drawback here is if you encounter AI traffic, they do not move out of the way.
Yeah. Sadly, I want to exploit that very badly yesterday because I crossed the line maybe a second too late, and I unfortunately finished my qualifying then and there.
That's weird. I've seen a couple of drivers actually exploit that yesterday, but I guess this game is a bit inconsistent at best. But we see a lot of drivers starting flying laps now. It's the race to the finish, and they have really built up all the suspense possible for qualifying. So the top four are all on outlap. So let's see if they are allowed their valid lap times. But
So a lot of
they will
kerfuffle going on in Sector 3, a lot of slow-moving cars like Rant, I believe. Yeah, he's the end of his session. Start a new lap. There's a lot of traffic behind him.
he just cut the track. There's no way the next lap might be valid for him.
That's it.
Yep, it's invalidated. Oh no, it starts. Oh my! Wow. Okay.
Like
Wow.
Rand knows the game better than us.
One of the most senior members of the community. Evidently, age is a factor to wisdom. Awesome. I'm not calling
Eddie,
him Rand if you
walk
had
us through his lap,
misunderstood.
please.
I'm not too good with that. Not too good with that. Uh,
Okay.
But you can see that he's spun out. And
Well, if you're not too good at it, lap
that's
is
what
last
we
round.
needed right now.
alrighty, how's Vinny doing on his lap? Any improvements?
That doesn't look like it. All yellow sectors right now. Rambo also going for another flying lap on used tires. Won't be much of a help because the track is ramped up to its max right now, but the tires are old, and I don't think so. This lap will give him a boost on the grid right now.
Meanwhile, Fire is on 22 seconds up on his earlier time. I don't know how he's done that, but he's done that either way. And that's a 31. That's not a bad time at all, but it's only good enough for P16 on the grid. But crucially, he will get free choice of tires, as will people down from 10th position. But Madhav has run into a bit of traffic. Hyrox gets out of the way, luckily.
Loses the back end through the last corner, but keeps pole position.
Doesn't improve, but didn't need to.
Yes, Thermo is our last runner other than Red Devil.
Yep.
Red Devil is in the last
He's gone far. He's got his personal best in the first two sectors, and now he's come across the line very, very soon. Can he improve on his 130.6? It sure looks like it, and that's a brilliant time by Thermo. Improves by almost a second to a 29.7, and that's a Red Bull third row lockout.
Yep. But Red Devil
Oh
crashes
my
into the
god!
party with P2 of
What a
129.1.
lap!
This man
What a lap!
definitely has pace here and he's shown it right here at
He's
Paul
done
Ricard.
this quite a few times in quad. He just left it all for the last, for the end.
I believe this guy really reacts well to pressure and it's quite evident. My bad. And there you have it, folks. Your qualifying for Tier 2 at France. Shalulak with another pole position. Red Devil right there up with him in P2 with a 129.186. Good showing from Ferrari, P3 and P5. Good to have Abhi back again racing with us. And that's a collision just for good measure. And yeah, how's it
Yeah.
looking, Eddie?
Couple, sorry, just to interrupt you. Abid needs an invite. Is he back in the session?
I
He's asked for
believe
an invite on Discord. I'm not sure if you can get him
I
back in.
believe that was that is that right now?
That was about 10 minutes ago. I just, I'm just seeing it.
It's alright.
Right now, it looks very, very close. The top eight only within a second. Actually, only within 6 tenths of a second. That's very, very close. I mean, this shows the pace that Tier 2 has, and it could be a very, very juicy race.
Oh boy, what have I done? All over the place tonight. Whoops, more mistakes. Please bear with me. I seem to be pressing all the wrong buttons on my keyboard.
We've all done that at some point or the other. But, Addy, what are your predictions for the race today? We've got a very close grid up front, almost impossible to predict, but why don't you do your best and put the commentator's curse on at least something?
Um, okay. Just looking at the consistency of the Haas boys, it's not been there. They have been in the points and not been in the points. Their finishing status is not very consistent. And we can see the rain. Is it heavy rain or light?
We'll
Looks like
know very
Um,
very soon once the
I
formation
think it
lab does
borders
begin.
on. I think it still is in intermediate conditions, but I could be wrong. I think it is intermediate stuff.
Yeah, we'll know very very soon.
Yeah.
Halifax unfortunately disconnected and he's gonna have a bit of an issue because he'll have to rejoin at the end of the formation lap. I hope that he gets back safely. He can start the race on time. Strategy now is going to be interesting. I think this kind of answers the question why so many people went on the softs because it's going to be a wet start. Oh, yeah, let's hope a few of them have altered their setup for this condition. Maybe it may not last as long, and they're probably looking at the long run and just stuck on their time trial or dry setup. But yeah, it's all to play for now.
Certainly.
So yeah, looking at the championship itself, it's kind of interesting the tail. If I may draw your attention just before the race begins. Uh, yep. So looking at the standings, Shalulak has quite a good lead and another pole positions. William has 30 seconds on the Ferrari, but then the Ferrari are looking really strong with the P3 and P5 today. Uh, it's difficult to say. Any predictions for your race?
Charles Leclerc is in the box seat because in pole position he looks a pretty good starting position to start in pole, but because of the closeness and I personally don't know the weather prowess of any of the drivers here, but it will be interesting to see who can topple the Williams of Charles, and it's going to be very very interesting race.
Yeah. Another thing to note there is that Red Devil, who's currently P3 in the championship, is on his second position and he's on 30 points behind Abhi. But if he can keep the position, that's good points for him in the championship for Racing Point as well.
But Abhi will need to sort of beat Charles Leclerc because He needs to spare. We're entering the second half of the season very, very soon, and he probably needs to start chipping into that 50-point gap that Charles has, because we all know that he's quick enough. So yeah, let's see what he can do.
Okay.
Drivers right now trying very hard right now to heat up the tires a little bit. Red Devil wiggling around the track extensively to warm up his tires. Uh,
Can I ask for another confirmation? Is the car telemetry up again?
Yes, it is,
yes.
but it is showing 0%. I think that's not. Oh yeah, of course 0%. So fresh intermediates. But that leads me to believe, why did some drivers qualify on the medium?
I think they didn't see the forecast before they started the qualifying session and just got confused.
That's going to be a pain in the ass because you run a low rider in here for a dry setup, and that in the rain is going to not be too optimal. But I missed the weather forecast. Is it going to stay, Addy? Is it going to stay wet for the entire session, or are we
Uh,
looking?
it was looking a little glitched because it was saying qualifying is wet all the way and the race is dry, but I think it's glitched and saying that the race will be wet for the most of the part.
Yep, I think we just saw contact between two drivers. We should see them qualified any
Okay,
minute now.
interesting line here by Rant. They're using the wet line. Let's see if he does go for it during the race as well. Maybe a
So
Max Verstappen drive from Rant. Wink, wink. Let's wait and
that
find
red
out.
that Red Bull always looks good in the rain, whether you're quick or not. That Red Bull looks very good in the rain.
Oh, okay, he was just passing. I thought he spun out.
Like everybody's got the RPM glitch. Fantastic. Faizan in the backmark group, just taking his mellow time. No rush.
Okay, so I've got confirmation from one of our coordinators, General Pepe. He has let me know that after 20 minutes it's going to start drying up. Um, so yeah, that's something to look forward to, I guess. How the drivers handle that transition when they get off the intermediates, and more importantly, the intermediates may not last those 10 15 laps. So whether they stay on this U set or switch to a two-stop in intermediates and then or two sets of intermediates and then onto dries. But enough about that. We have a wet race in tier two,
Don't know
starting
what's
very,
going
very
on.
soon. Do you have control of the McLaren?
I don't know. Do I?
Could you leave the session and rejoin? I think, or
Uh,
let's just
sorry, I'm lost for words here.
don't press anything. Don't press anything. Let's see what happens.
My
The
dog
lobby.
is angry at me that I've taken control over a car. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. There is a very long pause. Is
uh,
the lobby glitched?
we haven't seen this in a while. The start line glitch, but Codemasters are a bit nostalgic about their bugs. So okay,
McLaren in front of us is trying to teleport somewhere else.
nice little twerk from that McLaren ahead of you. Seeing that rear end vibrating.
It's just getting jiggy with it. With the rain conditions just rearing to go.
Ah.
Ah, damn.
Could you send me an invite to the session? I will.
People are leaving the session. No, wait. Something's happening. And we are away. I don't know what's happening.
Do you
I
have
think
control of this car?
No, I don't know. Oh, let's check because I don't think I
Looks
don't
like
know.
this looks like an AI.
chaos, chaos.
There's
Oh my
chaos
god.
ensuing, but I can't leave the session because I am the host. This is bad news for the stream.
Ah, well, let me just open up my game 1 second. Can you send me an invite, please?
Sure. Stand
Oh,
by.
yeah.
Technical
Uh,
difficulties.
I'm sorry, folks, for missing the start, but we'll at least be back with commentary on the action while we have Kapil onboarding the. Oh, sorry, spectating the onboard of the
McLaren.
McLaren. Yes.
The
Can you
McLaren.
try switching cameras? Are you able to switch cameras?
I can only change camera, which is not the same thing, sadly. Uh, so I don't know. Really don't know. Just a second. Let me try to get you in.
Can we switch the stream to my POV maybe? Possible?
Yeah, that should be possible.
Stay standby, folks. I'm so sorry. I know you're missing out on some primo action, but we'll be back soon.
Aye,
You
aye,
can just
aye.
imagine that this is going as exciting as the tier 1 race. Meanwhile,
Yeah. Let's see. Another baby has joined. It's a bit of a lag spike there, but how does this even happen? Somebody in chat give me an explanation for this magic. Anyways,
Working on the G.
give me a moment, gentlemen, while I set up the stream for Man and the Baby himself. Is your OBS on?
yeah, OBS is on. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, I have cars teleporting all over the track. This is awesome.
brilliant.
Aliens have arrived.
Do we have your telemetry on?
I don't have the telemetry on for this race. Forget the telemetry right now. Let's just get into let's get into the game itself, man. What do you want to do telemetry?
It's fine, it's fine.
Forget the telemetry. We can't do what to get the race. Give me the stream key.
Give it to you.
Go.
Check. Why is this happening?
How do I get the stream key? Start streaming. Setting. Stream. Show. Play.
I believe I have to go offline for that, so
Oh, I just clicked on start streaming. Can you check if it's
let's see. I have no idea.
Should we restart the lobby? Because Harry is
no?
also disconnected and his car is stuck on the grid.
I
We can't restart for one person.
Yeah,
We can't restart for one person.
yeah.
Okay, we have Madhav pulling away. Red Devil in P2. Should I want us restart?
um watching the stream. Just stream your screen. Okay, yeah, yeah, we're live, we're live.
Can you see my game? Tell me if you can.
Yes, we can see it. Yeah, looks good.
Okay, we're back.
Sorry, folks, for the short delay, but I think we have our the Codemasters issue sorted. Not up to us, but at least we have a workaround.
Shal and Red Devil still in place in P1 and P2. Red Devil very close to Shal in the start, just 1.1 seconds behind him. Uh,
Yep. Uh, let's actually look at. Let's go old school in terms of telemetry, guys. We will not have that up today, but I do not have any lap times of any drivers in the race director, so that's fantastic. But it looks like Madhav is pulling on. Let me just walk you through the grid in terms of what you've missed under position changes. Couple in the meanwhile, just confirm the audio is working, please, on the stream. So we
Yeah,
got
it's not good.
So Madhav is in the lead by 1.4 seconds, maintained position just like Red Devil in P2. Chris by pulling that Renault up one position, and he is 6/10 of Red Devil, but of course they will not have DRS in rainy conditions. Abhi in P4 up again one position. The biggest loser seems to be Harry Rocks, who's just stuck on the grid. Another game glitch, and Ferrari just can't catch a break, can they? But his teammate is running strong in P4, followed by McLaren in followed by the Mercedes in P5. Sorry, I just had a McLaren Mercedes nostalgic moment there. But Mercedes of Abarpan in P5, Sohamde in P6, Rambo close behind on the chase in P7, Thermal just dropped two positions in P8, Fivezan in P9, Rebel up 7 positions in 4 laps. What a drive from the racing point. And BK19 up 3 positions in 11th. Monk is one of the drivers who've lost out. Dawn maintained position in 13th, followed by the two horses. That being said, Rand has just hadn't pulled off an overtake on the horse. I'm assuming you've missed that, but they are still going side by
And
side. And Rand
Spicy
maintains
stuff.
position.
Huh. Looks
But
like on my side the director is fine, but then again I can't look at anyone. So this game just never ceases to amaze.
I think this
I'm going
this
to.
Codemasters takes a lot on themselves to make sure that every one of their customers has a different, as a unique instance. They
Mhm.
must have incur a lot of costs because of that, but whatever.
All for the driver experience.
All for the driver experience. Meanwhile, let's jump on board the McLaren of Rambo as he chases down the Alpha of Soham Day. It's not going to be an easy overtake to make. Soham is a incredibly capable driver. I'm going to catch some water. Why don't you take it away, Addy? What do you think? What's happening?
oh, Harry Rook just came at me. Sorry. Yeah. Chris really really close to who's that Red Devil right now, trying to look an avenue past Red Devil right now, and I think he will surely go for the move on the straight. Are we also looking for a move around Chris by top? Sorry, P2 through P4. Yeah, really, really close, but we falling back a little now. Uh,
Yeah, looks like the two trains right now from P3 to P5 and then P6 onwards to P9. That's interesting stuff. Yeah, I don't know how many have pitted. Someone must have caught a slide or some damage somewhere in the race. But yeah, the biggest gainer so far have been Rebel on that racing point and Faizan. That's good
Yeah.
stuff.
So as we say that
and
Rambo found
Mercedes
his way
teams have
past,
moved.
as we say
Mercedes
that,
have.
go ahead, Addy.
Sorry. Go ahead.
As we say that Rambo finds his way past Soamde, and Soamde is now getting hounded by the Mercedes of Abarpan, who gets the move done down the inside of turn 10. That move looked easy, folks, but I can tell you out of experience that that corner is extremely understeery, and Abarpan did very well to leave sufficient room for Alpha and get the place. So good job.
Absolutely, it's definitely a trust corner that you trust your opponent not to kill you there.
Mercedes now on the back of the McLaren. Really blistering, a really good pace from the Mercedes in the starting stages of this race, lap 6. And the order right now is Charles Leclerc, Red Devil, Chris Bhai with a place gained, Abhi, Rambo, Abarpan, Shomde, Thermo, Faizan, who's that? Rebel, BK19, Monk, Dawn, Rant, Vinay, Captain Cheesecake, Washington Nirma, and Harry Rods.
I do believe Thermo and Faizan just had a bit of a physical moment. I'll leave it at that. But luckily they have intermediates and not, let's say, the hard-ons. But that's totally fine. Faizan
There
will
won't be any
will
damage.
will
Yeah,
definitely go after Thermo right now, and let's see if I'm not sure. Did Faizan just get the position, or was he defending the position?
I believe he was attacking Thermo, so no change in position as of yet. Yeah, Abarpan still on the charge. It's fairly stable, but he's really close to Rambo at the end of the second straight. And this leading group is really nip and tuck here. I hope that they can all keep it together because it is a long race. Going to be hard on the tires. Let's see what the strategy is. The forecast is that whether it will dry up in around 20 minutes time. So ideally they'd want to go all the way to the switchover point on the same tire. But then again, for people like Rand, Vinay, Washing Border, and Captain Cheesecake, they did get caught up in some incident or the other and had to pit for new inters.
Yep.
Harry, meanwhile, just taking chill pill. He doesn't want to. He'll get moving in his own time. Nobody tells a Ferrari what to do.
Ferrari's master plan working now.
Yeah, oh wait, I believe there's been an incident because Ramos dropped all the way down to P11. That's unfortunate because Aburban was really putting a squeeze on him, and yeah, I think he's cracked under the pressure there. So that's a little saddening for the McLaren team. But yeah, let's hope that he hasn't gotten any damage as a result of his mistake, I'd presume, but there's no way to be sure.
Yup. Tell me which driver I should probably stay on board with right now. Harry?
Yeah.
I think all the action right here, folks.
Yep.
But
Maximum overtakes right there. 20, 20, no, 17 per lap. Oh, looking at that, Faizan's going. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, please continue.
And he backs out. Does he? Yes, he does. But he's going for the move on the straight now. And does he go for the move on the inside?
Oh, there's a bit of a power sliding action there, but Faizan backs out of it for another day. But let's see if he can get a good exit and stay on Faizan. There's an, oh wait, the Rambo's falling further down the field now. There's more drama for the McLaren team. But then again, Abhi and Chris Pye
He's
still
off track
at
right
it.
now. He's off track, I think.
Yep, he's taking it
Rambo's off
easy.
track. Yeah.
Into third sector, that could be damage for him. Yeah, sad for him. Moving on, Abhi and Chris Pye still really close. They are at the into T4. Red Devil unable to shake them off. Shalilak, on the other hand, just walking away with it right now. The commanding 2-second lead. That is a lot in these wet conditions. But yeah,
And Red Devil for good measure gets a 3 second time penalty.
looking at the pitch strategy right now, Dawn's gone out of the mediums. Yes, it is drying out slowly. It has stopped raining, and you can see. Well,
this
is
is
it too
not.
early?
I think
I
it's too
don't
early.
think it's that dry for mediums right now. It is drying up. I don't think it's that. It's
That
too
being
dry.
said, guys, there's almost no spray from his tires. I think this may be a genius move, but did we? I think we may have missed a DRS enable because we have a spin in sector 3. That's a racing point. Is that Rebel? No, that's Red Devil who's had a spin from such a
No.
good position.
And
Now
in
Chris Pye is on the back of Shalilak.
No, that's
Wait
just a
minute.
telemetry
Oh,
glitch. That's just a telemetry glitch. Sharlak is still very much in control, but I think everyone is going to pit onto the medium tires. But I want to see how much of an advantage Dawn gets because of. Oh, Red Devil's just going all over the place now.
Yeah.
That's a
Rebel
shame.
and Faizan are fighting, and there's another spin from, I believe that was Vinay.
Haas?
Yeah. Yes, he's taking it easy. Yes, easy gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a prime example of how to rejoin a track. Good job.
Let's give him a cheer for him.
Yeah.
back end is just all over the place. He's not able to get on the track.
Oh, that's a bit of a steer
And
there
that
because
was
this
Vinay.
track is dry, and yeah, that's not good.
I'm
looking
gonna
good
hop
for-
on board Dawn right now because he would have made tremendous gains. I want to see how much. Yeah, because he was in P13 when he pitted at the start of all this. Let's see how much time he's gained on the leaders by pitting that one lap early or getting the pit window exactly right. He certainly has gained time.
But having said that,
He was too
people
far
are
behind.
slowly coming out of the pits. He's only gained one position, and that's because of Rambo spinning out. So yeah, that's a decent gain of 3 laps, and he's also got the fastest final sector. So yeah, he's looking at.
I mean,
the
every
chance.
driver's gonna start putting in best sectors right now. But I think. Oh my god, the strategy is giving me a headache to think about it. What is gonna happen?
Well, let me just stop you there because Rebels made a colossal screw up because he just pitted onto fresh intermediate tires.
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I think he forgot to change tires in the menu settings, and that's a very big blunder.
And I believe that's the same mistake for the other racing point as well. Red Devils also on fresh inters. Why? Oh, this is heart wrenching. to watch. So idiocy on track right now, on fully dry conditions right now. And yeah, you see this.
DRS has also been enabled now.
Yeah, I'm at a loss of words. I'll be honest. I'm at a complete loss of words. The racing points were having such a good race and all down the drain.
Yup.
But we see a
Anyways,
lot of variation on the softs, mediums, and hard tires, respectively. What do you think the right strategy to be on right now is? I
well,
would say a
it
medium to
is.
medium would be the best strategy.
I can't completely agree with you there because the medium tires can go 12 laps
Yep.
and softs can definitely do 5.
Yeah,
So
but
having
we've
said
we've,
that,
we've seen
with
the
the colder temperatures right now, just after this rainy washout, I think soft tire would be the faster tire to be on. Definitely considering that you will get more grip onto the track itself
yeah
because you need those tire temps to activate those tires.
soft tires. So, but you look. So I think Thermo, Madhav, and Rant have made the right decision. Rant for a change going to the dry tires, which is great to see.
He learned
Track
his
not
lesson.
still fully dry. We can see a lot of mist behind coming out of out of the cars, from the back of these cars. The track still looks pretty damp.
Okay, now looking it back, I'm not sure if Rebels made a mistake
Oh,
because
PT
he just
control.
yeah.
Sorry,
Carry on,
continue.
please carry on.
Please continue.
Now, considering that Rebel wasn't exactly in top of the field, I believe it could just have been a telemetry glitch. He's come out where he was initially in P12, but I cannot confirm this. But nonetheless, Harry Rocks is determined to stay on the intermediate tires. He feels like no, it's definitely going to rain again. It's a very bold move by him. Tomo gaming overtaking Faizan right now. Faizan surprisingly going for that no stop on that switch over. He still kept it around the outside and held his position with those hard tires. So good drive from him so far.
Well, if the hard tires are getting switched on, then the likes of Soham, they 5 are definitely in it. Don't discount them just yet.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But that being said, they are already 30 seconds behind Madhav. So Madhav has a pit stop in hand and is on the faster tire. So it looks like Madhav has the race in the bag right now.
Hmm. Reminds me of someone else from Tier 1 who had this incredible pace advantage. Does it ring a bell?
Don't know what you mean, man. I think yesterday's race we saw um, different drivers on pole versus different drivers who won, but or at least on the podium. So certainly,
Hmm. Oh, Faizan, Thomas taking it up there with Faizan. There was a bit of a moment there. I don't see front wing damage for Tomo, but luckily both of them came out of it alive. That's good to see. Looking back at the intervals, see, Tomo is really sticking it up there with Faizan. He's determined to get that move done.
but this all works in Faizan's hands because Thermo's being forced to wear out his soft tires, and it looks like Faizan will have him on track either way.
Oh, let's see. Let's wait and find out. Cause yeah, but right as of right now, without that damage, Faizan definitely looks to be in prime position at come the end of the race. So days. In the meanwhile, having a good race so far, kept out of trouble, and he's in a very nice P5. Having
Ooh.
said that, Thermo making a mess of the chicane, the slalom there, and yeah, he's lost a bit of time there, and he's unfortunately out of DRS as well. That's unfortunate because, but then again, given his tires are 0 laps old, yes, that's why we've got a telematic glitch because the race director is not available for you. So that's why many of the drivers here are being shown with fresh tires. So it very well might have been a glitch. But having said that, BK19 is going to be overtaken by no, he's just made an overtake on Monk. Let's go on board there.
Sorry, folks, I can't watch the telemetry, so I can't tell you which drivers are close to each other. But Faizan does look close to Soham Day. Very, very close indeed. I think they were less than a tenth of a second.
Oh, both of them off track.
Both them using creative lines to get ahead. Interesting tactics, yes.
No, it's actually a more of a case of monkey see, monkey do. So you're going to be pushing as much as the car in ahead and want to be as close as possible. So more often than not, you often see the car behind following whatever creative line the car in front takes. Except that Rambo believes made a move and Rant is making his next pit stop. Interesting strategy. Could be probably just be following along the lines of Red Bull in Tier 2 with
Don putting his nose in that corner, but Rambo just shuts the door, and Don will have to go for the move elsewhere now.
and now BK19 is really close, sniffing the gearbox of Dawn. Yeah, he's definitely looking to have some great pace, and come this deal state could be very well a move made. So they is slowly dropping down the field. But yeah, BK19 is right on. Dawn's trying to make a defensive move, but holds his ground. Interesting tactic there to slightly move offline and to come back. Great defending by him.
I think that the ERS battles are starting to come into play, like we mentioned earlier. And another thing that's starting to happen is DRS trains are forming all over. We see a train from Rambo to BK. We see one from 5 to Thermo. So I think the race is going to become far closer. Um,
Yeah, to what
BK
happened
going for
yesterday.
a move on the inside, puts his nose in, and
Just a
that's
bit of
and BK has
contamination.
fun with damage. BK has fun with damage. A
Yeah.
part of his front wing is lost, and he will be pitting for a new set of tires and a front wing change.
Unfortunate for him because he did take a very shallow line, and unfortunately he wasn't alongside the car in front, and unfortunately he was not entitled to the line. It was an opportunistic move to stay and stick it up to the car ahead, but unfortunately it did not pay off.
yeah,
Don't just shut the door on BK19, and he is still in the race, but mm, a lot of ground lost.
yep.
Can we get can we get the UI back? Yes, thank you very much.
I was trying to enjoy
Thermo
the
now
view of the cars driving along the circuit.
Thermo now making a move on Soham but yeah, I think Soham tires will activate little later. He'll just have to stick it out and just not to get worked up with those two overtakes. Hopefully, just stick with them in that DRS train, and I think it's going to pay dividends at the end of the race.
Yeah, because he will be around the same pit window. He's right now around Abarpan's and Abhi's pit window. So if he saves his tires now, he'll actually be able to battle with the likes of the Ferrari and the Mercedes at the end of the race.
Absolutely, yeah. Um, Fortunately, this is the only track battle on track, and looking at it, there's going to be a triple overtake of these three cars, and Harry Rocks. That was very clean.
I thought there was a legit move happening on another part of the track which I wasn't keeping track of.
Anyways,
But the sun's out, guys. The sun's out. You can see the car colors far more clearly now. In fact, hmm.
yeah, it looks to be clear skies now in Clay Castellet. Honestly, don't know what to make of it because Red Devil, with his screw up of strategy, has fallen right back into P15. Maybe kicking himself with that, and probably his race engineer as well.
Has BK pit yet? I think he has.
No, it's still a huge
No,
part
he
of the
hasn't.
equation. Same
He's going with
tires,
damage.
huge front wing and plate damage. He's just gonna fall back for the remainder of the race. I mean, I feel terrible for him. He was driving very strong up there.
Yes, sticking to his strategy, thinking of the long game, probably not just reacting to it. Considering that he believes that he's got the pace and he's optimistic that maybe he can stick it
I
out there.
love this camera angle, seriously.
Then considering that we've only got around 12 laps to go, he should be pitting right now if he wants to optimize his race for the best. Whew.
And he, no, he does not. So
Wait, just wait for a sec. But yeah, it doesn't look like he's pitting.
he does look close to Monk though, because he and Monk goes to the right side of the track to break the slipstream.
No. That's just so that he could line up his move, and so did Rebel on Harry Rocks. The great move indeed.
Yeah. Uh,
Harry might be just beating himself right now because he couldn't take part in the race and he just sat at the grid.
so this will be
Getting
about the
overtaken by
time.
cars.
This will be about the time that the soft runners of Charlotte and Thermo will start facing severe degradation, and they will have to quit incredibly soon.
Yep,
Um,
having
so I'm gonna
right on cue, and Shalalik has pitted. He will be going on to the medium tires for his last stint. Let's see where he comes out on. Chris By, in the meanwhile, is unfortunately really far behind, but he will definitely come out on top for the time being.
And
BK19 now still very close to Monk. It's not looking too bad for him, but I should ideally pit right now if he wants to make the best of it.
Yup. Meanwhile, that being said, Monk is closed in on BK19.
No, you've just missed an overtake there because BK19 just made an overtake on Monk. I believe Monk did make a mistake. Shalala comes out in P4 ahead of Faizan. I mean, quite a bit ahead of Faizan right now. So yeah, he's already on the back of Abarpan. This guy is going to be chasing them down before they even made their pit stop. This is some fast and rapid stuff by the Williams.
As you say that, he did have a bit of a tail happy moment. If
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see anyone stopping him because I'm sure that Chris Bay and Abhi will have to pit.
Or they could be audacious and just go for it. Looking at the gap, it's around 12 seconds. It will be nip and tuck given the tire wear here, but maybe they'd be stupid enough to go for that victory.
And maybe
I surely would.
the craziness may pay off. You never know.
Yeah. Or if we could see like an incident like we did in Kimi and Nürburgring, a last minute blowout. Because punctures are quite common here, especially last and second last lap. If we can remember back to season 3 and 4. But having said that, Shalalak is all over Abarpan. He's got those fresh tires activated and raring to go. He's going
and
through.
from the moment side.
Yes, he does. And
And he takes a move. Wow.
He
What
gets
a
through
move.
before the braking zone. This is not going to be a battle. This was a massacre. With those fresh tires and his pace and his pure raw pace which he has today. Brilliant drive from the Williams.
so Thermo's come out of the pits. He is right behind Rebel and on fresh mediums. Let's see how quickly he can dispose of the racing point because he's got quite a bit of time to make up. Having said that, yeah, I believe that's the only battle on track. Yep.
Going to move on the outside and makes the move before the breaking point and is in P11 now.
Good move.
Great
by-
move.
Let's just enjoy the note of the Mercedes for a minute.
I was actually hoping to see much more of an exciting second stint, but the diversity in strategy is kind of taking that away from us. Because now everyone's on different pace tires. We will see Madhav coming through the field, hopefully, but there's a high likelihood that Abhi and Crispa will pit before he comes within striking distance of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Abapan is the first one in the leading pack after Shadalek. He's on to fresh softs. Monk is keeping up with BK19 with that damage. He's not able to get away from Monk. So slowly, as the race progresses on, it very well could be a losing battle for BK19, because I don't think he's audacious enough to go to the end with that damage on those mediums, because it's definitely going to be hurting his tires so much more. What do you think?
Um, I mean, those styles are quite resilient. I don't see them.
Him doing 17 laps with broken front wing. Interesting.
I'm just talking about the tires hanging in there. But oh wait,
Yeah,
sorry, I
but
was thinking about Monk. BK19 will have to quit. Yes, he will definitely have to quit. But I don't think Monk is going to wait for him to pit before he gets his move done because he's already lining up the Alpha Tauri.
yep.
And this
Any moment now.
lack of straight line speed being we are seeing the lack of straight line speed because of the damage, but in that corner DK19 is pulling a little clear of Monk, but he will come back at him because damage, and I think DK will pit in right now because his tires are at the end of their life cycle now.
Yep. Having said that, the other leader of the fleet, Ferrari, has pitted and he's come out significantly ahead of Abarpan. That's quite. But having said that, Abarpan is slowly getting back on to the charge. He's on the charge. He's disposed of Sohamde. Now he's looking to dispose. Sorry. Yeah, and he's now looking to dispose Faizan as well on those soft
really,
tires.
really close to Faisal right now, and he will probably. And Faisal does lose his back end there a little.
Yeah, but
He almost didn't even need to wait for the straight. Abarban taking evasive action on Faizan, but yeah, there's nothing Faizan can do here. The tire advantage is too powerful, and especially with that Mercedes engine in the back of that car.
contributing nothing at this point in time. But yeah,
Yeah, precisely.
oh, his Chris Pye is taking, not going for that gamble. He is pitting. That's a shame because I really would have liked to see him just go for it. But then he's a sensible man with that new wheel, and let's see if he comes out ahead of Abhi as well. He,
It is going to be close,
I don't
and
think
I
so.
think he does come
I
out
think
in front of
he's
him.
gonna.
Yes, he
His
does.
pit win was about 21 laps, and it was about 25 seconds, 24 seconds. But it should be about 3 seconds in front.
Harry Rocks in the meanwhile just waving to his teammates, go, go, cheering him on. That's a great team spirit there. Keto Cheesecake struggling a bit there. Does he have damage? Likely because there aren't any walls around.
Nor were there any cars around for a while. I just think that
Yeah.
Rebel is quite quick. We saw that initially, and I think he's pulled the Captain Cheesecake after his earlier debacle.
This will now be chasing down Charles Leclerc in the closing stages of the Grand Prix because uh, not a lot of laps left, and Chris making good inroads on the soft tires right now. But Charles Leclerc is looking
Some
in.
days, sadly, oh, there's a bit of contact between Faizan and Some day. He's
And
got
his,
shot out wide. He's lost a bit of his left wing, and yeah, it's unfortunate because he was on the hard tire and he'll have to pit. He'll probably pit onto the soft tires to make it to the end.
so, couple, who do you think was at fault there? Do you think there was an incident?
Damn, so I was too. I came in to see the action too late. I can't.
Yeah.
As a steward, it is not my responsibility to
Speculate.
make decisions with insufficient evidence.
Yeah.
So I'm going to call it an NFA.
Sure.
Huh, he's still sticking it out there. He's.
I mean, it makes no sense pitting because you're just going to lose track position. And
But with those old tires, maybe it would make more sense.
no, it definitely makes no sense to pit, but I can see his reasoning behind staying out. But Chris has caught Charlotte by 1.3 seconds in that last lap, and the gap is just coming down more and more. Could this?
Is there damage for Shalilak?
I
Or
wish
maybe
we.
he's just getting bored.
I wish we had information on any.
Let's have a look at the race director. I
Can you
do
tell me about
have
the
it in.
penalties that Madhav
Okay,
has?
so Shalilak, 2 warnings. Uh, I'm not even gonna bother telling you about Chris Bice. It's no, it's not worth knowing. Abi, on the other hand, it's got 3 seconds. Abarpan also a little shoddy there with 9 seconds. Faizan's got 6 seconds. No, 9 seconds. Som Day has 9. Rambo has 3. Chris By, unfortunately, there's absolutely no way he's going to be there
Is
on
he
the
going to
top
be on the
step.
podium?
I can't say. I can't say it. It doesn't look like it right now.
So Kapil, even though he knows, is leaving us out there for suspense. So I think that's a good sign. But the race is settled down. There's not much to look at except for BK closing in on Dawn on fresh softs. Both of them on fresh softs actually.
Now it's just on pure pace alone. It's got the what purple middle sector BK looking really racy right now. Want to dispose as soon as possible so that he can charge up the field later on.
Sorry, I was just getting
Having said
Rambo that
that,
extra invite.
yeah, Rambo has disconnected.
And Chris By picks
Chris
up
gets
another.
another penalty. Chris gets another 3-second penalty.
Is he
Rambo's
in?
just stuck there in the middle of the track. Oh boy. Great AI there by Codemasters. Never fails to disappoint.
Gosh. Oh,
Oh,
Is he
looks
not?
like we've got 2 spectators here. Harry Rocks and Rambo has joined the chat as well. Looks like they are not the imposters and they're going to be the ghost for the remaining session.
okay.
Tomo looking good. Closing in on Monk. Having said that, yeah, let's see if he can get the move done because he is on fresher mediums. Let me just
Well,
double check.
Monk has been on hards. Yeah, Thermo is running the same strategy as Mother, whereas Monk pitted onto hards after the wet weather.
Yep, you're absolutely right there. It's only a matter of time. Let's go on board with him. Oh, he's already made the move.
Yep.
Man, was I sleeping or what?
No, we caught that luckily. Red Bull, it wasn't going to be a fight. I think with the grip that turn 10 requires, Thermo is a huge advantage on those mediums. And it also looks he's running quite low downforce. We have a
Oh
retired.
no!
Retires from the session.
Looks like he has got this major contact at the end, at the beginning of Sector 3, very similar to how Pro P died yesterday. Oh man, that's a shame considering that he started so high up on the grid. It's just, but it's definitely good news for RB.
Interested that we haven't seen any safety cars or VSCs today.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's absolutely shocking considering that there's 2 tracks just sitting there, just spectating the race. What are you doing, marshals? Get the safety car out already.
But I don't think Abhi's gonna wait to do it on penalties because he's pulled in a second since Chris By came out on fresher tires. So he may be looking to do this on track.
Yeah.
He's definitely got that ERS saved up as well. I do not know if Chris has got damage, but he's definitely struggling a bit there.
I don't think he has any damage.
Well, we've got 3 laps left in the French Grand Prix. Put in your predictions, put in your votes for the driver of the day right now. We'll reveal it to you at the end of the race. But yeah, what do you think? Who are your drivers of the day, gentlemen?
Well, one thing is very rarely discounted in our line. I mean, people like talking. And Chris By is on the board. Is he on the verge of getting disqualified?
Not yet, but
He just got another
it's-
3 seconds.
Yeah, he's coming close. He's definitely coming close.
Okay, so I mean, we all talk about who's made the most overtakes and who's caused the most carnage because at the end of the day, the world likes excitement today. But they discount good driving. I think for me, Madhav, untouchable. For me, he is the driver of the day. And I think sometimes
Surely.
drivers who are out of this league should be given more credit than just people who've made a few overtakes.
Who has the fastest lap at the moment?
Let's take a
I
look.
will get back to you in a moment. Ooh, it
BK.
is. Is it?
Or I'm not able to see anyone else's telemetry, so I may be wrong.
He has put in a 132.4, while Chalalak has put in a 132.8. So no, BK does not have the fastest lap. Addy, who your driver of the day?
My driver of the day, I would agree with Mara here because Charles Leclerc has just blown the field away. His pace was very very good. He was very consistent throughout the race, and his strategy was on point. During the changeable conditions, he stuck it out there, and I think he will take the win today, and he is my driver of the day.
Very interesting. I agree on some of the points that you brought out, but I wanted to shift those same points to my driver of the day, who's Harry Rocks. I mean, it takes some real courage to obey your team and not switch tires, even though the rest of the field has. And he's just showing this commendable effort of being there out on track, spectating and cheering on for his teammate as he closes in on the Renault. But yeah, for those reasons, I have to give him the driver of the day.
Harry was just made has been made a meme today.
Yeah, I'm not going easy on him today.
Oh god, shoot.
Oh boy, what was
I
that?
think that was a glitch when I switched back. Nothing major,
Ah,
folks. Abhi's still in it. But Abhi's tires are slowly dying out, and I don't think he has the grip to overtake Chris by on track. Doesn't matter. He's gonna get him on penalties either way.
Last lap of the Grand Prix now.
looks like Rant's made a move on Rebel as well. And Harry Rocks is cheering Abhi on. Is the final lap of the Grand Prix. Chalalak's gap is definitely come down. Three seconds over the last 7 laps. But yeah, it looks like the gap has stabilized. But yeah, this is giving me reminiscence of Tier 1 Brazil. It was not these two people particularly, but Abhi was definitely in the fight, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it may be round 2 of that. Yeah, walk us through the lap, Mara. What's going on in the mind of Chris Bai and Abhi as they move on to the final sector?
I can't talk for them, but at least what would be going on in my mind in such a scenario is, as a Ferrari driver, I'm personally conflicted because I'm a Renault driver for in IRC. But that being said, Abhi around the outside does not want to wait. If I were
He's
Chris Pai,
deploying all of his ERS, yep.
If I were
He's
Chris Pai, I
made the
would not
move.
fight this. I know where I stand, and Abhi just holds it slightly holds the line around the middle of the track. So I mean, Chris Pai will be devastated. I think when you do it on track, but you can't lose out on penalties, it's still your fault, but it's certainly harder to take.
Yeah.
It just remains to see now that will Chris Bhai will he be on the podium now with all the
Shala
penalties?
crosses the line to take the victory, followed by Abhi 17. About the entire 24 seconds away from Chris Bai. That's unfortunately not going to be enough to, even with his penalties, not going to be enough, sadly. But yeah, a great performance by our challenger Chris Bai. He's back into the racing scene after his exams, so it's great to have him back on the podium again, where he belongs.
I think it's his first
Um,
race on the wheel as well. Am I right or wrong?
this, I believe, is his second race. He did the challenger race prior, so yeah, it's getting definitely quicker and quicker with every race. Someday
Let's
jumps Paisan
let's watch
on
Harry Rox's POV of everyone crossing the line. I think that'll be awesome.
commendable effort. He's cheering them on. He's been doing that for the last 27 laps. A true patriot there, watching out for his countrymen. So yeah, Vinay crosses the line. Unfortunately, gets lapped as well. Rebel and BK. Oh, BK did make the move Yeah, he did gain one position there, but
Yeah.
unfortunately not the
So I
showing that
switched
he
to
had.
Harry Rocks and the game showed me his predicted with strategy. So we look forward to see what he actually does. But he's pulled a rant here and he's on intermediates on a completely dry track. So what do you think of that decision of Harry Rocks? Oh, Nirma retired on the line before the line. He didn't get.
Oh
Oh my
my!
god! Oh my god!
Only Harry Rocks can bring out such carnage. And there you have it, folks. Your French Grand Prix. I hope it
And
was
Neymar leaves the tires. Neymar leaves the tire behind
just for good measure.
Madhav doing a
as
bit
a
of a
commentator
dance.
to the track.
Yep.
So Madhav will be in the commentary box 2 days running. So that's interesting to see. Yesterday he commentated the race for Tier 1, took a few tips from all of us, and he's done incredibly well today. In P2 we have Abhi who chased Chris By down at the end, did not wait to do it on penalties, but did it on track itself. Unfortunately for Abarpan, he couldn't take advantage of Chris By's penalties, and Chris By maintains P3 for the Renault. I'm pretty happy with that Ferrari P2 and Renault P3, but Abarpan great drive P4, and here's your finishing order, folks. Faizan, I think, is the biggest gainer, minus the penalties. I'm not sure. Could be the biggest gainer. 7 positions.
Yep.
And at the depth of the session, I think Abhi takes the fastest lap.
Couple, would you mind taking all the required screenshots? We can, while I get.
I I don't know if I can given a short time, but let's try to. Uh, looks like okay. I will take a screenshot for your perusal later, for your entertainment later. But I'm stuck inside the McLaren pit box right now. You know,
Oh,
Yep.
anyway, so we have our podium finishers. We've got Washington's name now. No, that's not the right person. Where's Madhav? Oh, here he is. We've got Harry Rocks as well, our driver of the day, and we've got Abhi17. Chris Pai was here momentarily. We'll try to get him back, but take it away, Daddy.
but I please somebody help me.
Sure.
Just messing you with Daddy.
Madhav,
Okay,
first of all,
Abhi17. Let's start off with you. An amazing race. Are you with us right now?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's up?
Awesome. How was your race, mate?
Good. No regrets. Good. Last lap I didn't have an overtake. That was the plan. Wait till the last lap and then overtake. P2. Yeah, P2 was the target. I knew was slightly faster than Chris By. So yeah.
Hmm.
were you aware of Chris Pye's penalties, or were you
Had
all?
yeah, he told Chris By has a lot of penalties. So I thought I wouldn't do anything stupid. Just go for straight overtake in the straight or something. So yeah.
But were you at all considering just sticking behind, or were you
I,
absolutely
I
adamant you
was
want to do it on track?
I was considering sticking him like right behind him, being like within 1 second, keep DRS and all. And the plan was not to like get P2. P2 was a plan, but we knew that even Shalila it seems had penalties, and I was like within 10 seconds with him also. So there's a lot of confusion. So and then the last lap, I could get the overtake done. So yeah, I didn't know Sherlock about the penalties. Chris Bay, I didn't know though.
Ah, perfect. Moving on to a race winner versus Abhi. Congratulations on the podium. Incredible drive from you. Moving on to the race winner, Madhav. Uh, we commented earlier. I think that you had a quiet race, drive from the front, but your pace was exceptional. What change have you made from previous Grand Prix? Because we've seen you win races, but not this dominant.
Um, didn't really change anything. Just kept. At the beginning, when I saw the race it was going to be raining, I actually became happy because I'm decently quick in the rain. So I managed to pull off from P2. I think yeah, Red Devil. I pulled off, got a good start, and then just maintained that gap, and then
You did anything but
behind.
maintain a gap, Madhav. You just pulled away like it was nobody's business. So, Did you change your approach to practicing for this Grand Prix, or have you just done it as you've always done it?
No, not really. I've just done what I did before, and actually I was on a dry setup, so that was the beginning first stint was really difficult.
Ah, well, worked out for you at the end. Congratulations on the race
Yeah.
win. Were you at all concerned about the penalties, or did you feel you had a good control on the gap to the cars behind?
I didn't have any penalties, so it was just down to the gap.
Right. And what about the strategy you chose? I mean, you chose to go into the softs. A couple mentioned it could be because the conditions would be cooler and you needed the tires to activate earlier. Was that your reasoning behind going for the two stop instead of going on the one stop too hard? I mean, with hard tires.
Yep, yep, exactly. Because the track was much colder, and I figured I could make the softs last longer. So I just went on that set of softs.
Brilliant decision by you. We could see you pull out a huge gap. I think with strategy, with pace, with everything, you are personally my driver of the day, and same as Addy. But I think Harry does get that position on large vote because he managed to sit on the grid, maintain position for the entire race in the most literal sense possible. So Harry, bad luck. I know that I mean, you had a bit of a difficult situation, but congratulations on maintaining the position and maintaining your exact position throughout the race. So good job.
Same thing you
Eh,
did at Monaco.
GG.
Unanimously, the driver of the day from chat. So yeah, awesome drive, man.
Yeah,
I mean, to stick it out there, like this is called true sportsmanship. Like cheering your drivers on.
yeah.
Just love to watch it.
And because
Thank
of
you so
that,
much.
we got a great view of everyone crossing the line, including Nirma retiring as he crossed the line and not getting any points because of that. So that was awesome. Thank
He
you.
wouldn't have got any anyway.
GG.
Harry Magic.
So anyway, folks, that this has been your tier 2 stream for the French Grand Prix, which is round 10, if I'm not wrong. And tremendous race from all of the drivers. France has delivered just like it delivered yesterday for an exciting race in variable conditions. So tremendous job by all the drivers, and once again, congratulations to the podium sitters and the driver of the day, Harry Rocks. So thank you, and tune in next week for the Austrian. Sorry, we have a break next week. Drivers have earned a well-deserved Diwali break. I know it's normally a
No, this is Dashara break.
Dashera
But
break.
we
Sorry.
do have something very special set up. So join in if you haven't already to our Discord server because it's going to be a banger of a week next week. Stay tuned for that. And until then, bye bye.
Yep.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye bye.